Hello, how are
I'm good. How are
you
you?
doing? So good, so good. Well, okay, for all those who are just joining us, thank you for tuning in. We are chatting with Bryson Jacobi Jackson from MJ, who plays Jermaine and is part of the ensemble. So if you have any questions, we have so much to chat about, but if you have any questions, go ahead, put them in the comments. We'll get to as many as possible. But first of all, welcome to Chicago. You've been here for a second. Have you been to Chicago before this? I'd love to know.
I did once, but just to like stop here for the flight. You know what I mean? Like I was in the airport, but I didn't really like get to see what the world looks like.
Absolutely. Well, welcome. What are your thoughts on the city? What have you been exploring? Are there things on your bucket list?
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I mean, compared to only other city that I can really compare it to is New York. And I think it's cleaner. Sorry, New Yorkers. I think it's just you guys manage it very well. It makes me. I was even saying the other day, I was like, I might just move here if I want to come back to another city, but I don't want to give y'all that yet. But right now, I've just been walking a lot. I'm a walker, so I've been here at this little river walk, and just like looking at the little sites. I just went to Millennium yesterday. Um, but besides that, I've just been at that theater in this hotel room.
Yeah, ma'am. There's still so much to explore, and you're here for three more weeks still. So hopefully you can
Yeah.
get more taste of the city. But I want to go to the beginning of your story and what really sparked your love for acting. I saw on your Instagram that you did theater in high school, and was it something during that time that you thought like, okay, this is something that I really want to do, or was it something else?
Yeah, yeah, it was high school. I can't talk about, I mean, I'm not talk about, I can't think of like a specific like because I don't know, but I did a lot of like thespian festival, which is like an intensive style theater camp that was very famous for high schools, and I did it twice in high school, and it's, I don't know, being surrounded by people who all love it and seeing the best of high schoolers that were doing it, that were super passionate and training. Um, the process, okay, how about this? Yeah, the process of like acting is what made me fall in love with it. I think preparing for a show, the rehearsal process, like seeing yourself grow into something just made me be like, wow, like this is really cool. Like I wasn't able to do this before, but like now I can. So like this is a new skill. So I think constantly with acting, you're always growing into something. So I think yeah, that's what I love about it.
Absolutely. Was there ever a doubt or alternative path in mind for you, or was acting and also singing? Because I know that you make your own music as well, but were those your paths, or were you kind of debating a few
So
things?
think about it, what I'm doing is exactly what I said I never wanted to do. Growing up, I hated singing. Even though I did it a lot, I hated it. And acting was like so funny to me. Like I was like, they're playing pretend, ga 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 ga. I really wanted to be an architect. That's like something I wanted to be growing up my whole life. But I now learning, I think the reason why I did not like those things because of the doubt and the insecurity that I had growing up. So I was like, it's so vulnerable. And so the doubt came from just the insecurity with it.
Absolutely. If you could think back to your high school self, if you could tell your high school self anything, what would you tell them?
Everything that they're saying to you that makes you like weird, quirky, whatever, like the misfit, step into that. That's what's gonna make you like successful. I've had a pretty successful career, and I think it's because I've finally been able to step into the things that people told me to shy away from when I was little. And so if I could tell him anything, it would be, yeah, you're being made fun of because it is different. I would definitely hone into those skills. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, I want to touch a little bit on your independent music career as well, because you make music under the name Jacoby Kai. Is that correct?
Yes.
How are you balancing, being a professional actor, but also making time for your own creative endeavors as well in your singing career?
Perfect. Yeah. Right now, being on tour, it's being a new experience. I'm still trying to find that balance, but right now, I'm finding that um, making music is always a therapeutic practice for me. So I always journal and then turn those journal entries into songs. And so the balance right now is that if I'm having a hard day, I at least set out 10, 15 minutes for me to think about my day. And then maybe throughout the week, if I'm sitting backstage or waiting on a phone call or, waiting for my shower to heat up, I'm thinking like, okay, let me look about this journal entry and see like what type of lyrics I can make from it. But it's pretty hard. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty hard. I'm still trying to figure it out because this is my job now, to act every day and prepare for the show and to be a performer. But being an independent artist also, that's just a different world of, let's say, priority. So right now I'm still trying to find that balance of priority, but I think using it as a therapeutic practice, like a face routine or like a shower every day, is something that I'm trying to figure out for myself.
Absolutely. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but is this your national tour debut?
This is my debut.
So as you're figuring things out and you're making routines for yourself, one thing I picked up from looking through your Instagram a bit was that it seems that your faith is really important to you.
Yes.
Just things like that are keeping you grounded, and I'd love to know, like, what are some other things that you're learning in the process of keeping you grounded during this time of a lot of change is coming for you, a lot of exciting change.
Yes. Thank you. And also thank you for scrolling through and finding all of this. I appreciate it. Yes, my
Uh,
faith is very important to me. In amidst, I'm trying to keep this broad, but also specific. You said groundedness and how I keep myself grounded. There's so many things that I think stem from just being grateful. So whether that means the God that I love to worship and the God that I love to pray to, um, even the beautiful nature, the human beings that are around me, the opportunities that I get to have, the blessings, me being able to be in a hotel, those things keep me grounded in the present and the growth I've had as a human being, knowing that not everybody has what I'm able to experience, or and having that faith in knowing that if it happened for me now, then it can happen for me later, and then also happen for others as well. And so that's what keeps me grounded. And I am specific to one God, but I think whatever keeps you grateful and keeps you gratitude and having gratitude and staying grounded in the blessing of you being here on this earth. Yeah.
well, your journey to and through MJ is so exciting and cool because you made your debut with the show on Broadway. Is
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
exciting? And I would love to know, like, what made you say yes to going on tour with the show versus perhaps sticking
Staying.
in?
Yeah, so interesting. I fought for the longest time. I was like, I don't know if I want to go on tour. I don't want to travel. I want to home. Um, but who can say that they get to travel the country, do a show they really, really love, and then also meet some of the most talented, most beautiful human beings that I get to work with every day. And it's just like summer camp, like every day. Like I'm literally going to be on vacation for a year. And the constant is to get to perform Michael Jackson songs. So I think it was me having to write down my pros and cons of being like, wait, staying in one city, going to all of these cities. I'm going to go to all of these cities and do the show. Yeah.
So what? So wonderful. So we had a lot of questions come in specifically about MJ. So we're gonna do a little bit of a rapid fire here, if
Great.
that sounds good.
Yeah.
Uh, there's so many wonderful dance sequences in the show. It's just superb. What is your favorite dance sequence?
Ooh, a tie between Jam and Thriller.
So good. What is your favorite song to perform in the show?
Um, I'm going to go with Jackson 5 medley.
What is your favorite Michael Jackson song you're listening to these days?
Ooh, that's good. Uh, uh, girl is mine. The girl is mine. Yeah, I have to like literally.
So good, so good. And then there's so the diversity of the costumes you wear is so fun. Do you have a favorite costume from the show?
Yes, I think it's gonna be my Victory Tour outfit. The Jackson 5 Victory Tour. I have this really cool jacket with like gold on it, and it's blue. It's just, mwah. It actually is so perfect. So yeah, I think that one.
Good. And then if you could play any other character in the show, who would you want to play?
I understudied Middle Michael, so I would say that one, but I'm going to say that I want to play Rachel. I want to play the reporter. I think that would be so much fun. Um, yeah.
Good. Well, watching the show, I feel like you can definitely tell that the chemistry in the company, it just seems super strong. And seeing you all on opening night as well, and you're hyping each other up, it's so wonderful. Can you tell us a little bit about, meeting all of these wonderful artists and collaborating with them and forming this community? And can you give us a little bit of sense of like what's happening backstage for y'all?
Yeah, I would say there's a lot of aligning. Like I said before, being grateful for the people around you. I think we're all here for a reason together. And a lot of things that we're feeling as far as like, oh, like I am growing into this confidence meter, or I'm noticing this thing about my life. There's a lot of like support to our emotional and mental state of beings right now. And then it's also being aligned in one of the biggest things that have happened for our career as well. So it's a lot of affirming, and it's very safe. And I think that that connection you feel is that we truly feel safe, and we truly feel um, like this is a part of our life that we're going to always remember. It's kind of like a dream. I think we're all understand that we're like, wait, we're living in a dream right now. And I think that's what makes us all just always so happy amidst the exhaustion doing this show, you know.
Hmm. I guess, yeah, with the exhaustion, and I know you're finally coming off this time when you've been in rehearsals for so long. What are some things you are doing to take care of yourself?
Breath. Breath, taking breaths. So many times backstage, we see each other and we're like, just a reminder, just like we're running a lot, we're doing a lot, but make sure you're taking time to just breathe, you know? So again, grounding yourself or doing some therapeutic things. Truly coming back to my room and having a routine of face routine, shower, music, writing, watch a TV show, go to bed, you know? It's the way to just keep you, I don't know, keep you, rejuvenated, definitely, for sure.
Absolutely. Well, we're coming near the end of our time, but I would love to know, to round us out, what is something that you want folks who have not seen the show before to know about MJ and this show? And it's a bit of a different take on, I feel like, a typical biomusical that
Yeah.
we such a wonderful way.
Yes, I would say very much how Michael Jackson never really focused on what he wanted in his career. He always was wanting people to be happy about his music and the art that he was making. That's why this show is important, because we are withholding that legacy. You're coming to see Black excellence, Black success, Black celebration, Black art, and not necessarily him. And I think even though you do get to see parts of him, these actors that are stepping into him, it's so beautiful what they're doing. But understand that we are telling a story of celebration, a story of sacrifice and beauty amongst the Black community, and it's needed in our community right now.
Bryson, thank you so much for to chat with us. You were truly superb as Jermaine. So I hope everyone watching can come out and come see MJ. How can people keep up with you and your journey? Where are you on socials, and how can they find your music?
Yes, everything social wise. I think TikTok and Instagram. I'm Bry Jacobi, BRYJACOBI. And then I post pretty heavily on my story, a lot. So I will follow along there, and then yeah.
So good, so good. Well, everyone watching, come out, come see MJ, come be blown away by this wonderful, spectacular company. 3 weeks left, everyone. 3 weeks left until September 2nd only. Tickets and details are at BroadwayInChicago.com. For best available tickets are on Tuesday and Wednesday evening. So come on out then. And if you're not from Chicago, MJ is hitting the road. So go find them on Instagram and all the social media to see where they are heading next on the road. It's so exciting. Bryson, thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Enjoy the rest of your time in Chicago, and we'll see you at the theater.
Thank you so much.